Hey Labradors, today I'm going to be reading the book Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. And you should watch for Mrs. Burns' directed draw lesson coming out later today as well. One of my very favorites. It has such cool end papers. Where the Wild Things Are, Story and Pictures by Maurice Sendak. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, chasing his dog, so naughty. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew. And grew. And grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. This picture is actually painted on my son's bedroom wall. We did it before my oldest son was born, and we've never painted over it. Anyway, he sailed in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all, and made him the king of all the wild things. "And now," cried Max, "let the wild rumpus start." That part looks like a lot of fun. Probably my favorite picture. "Now stop," said Max, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. And then all around, from far across the world, he smelled good things to eat, and he gave up being king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." And the wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped back into his private boat and waved goodbye. And sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. And into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper was waiting for him. And it was still hot. No picture on that page. So, there are those end papers again. Friends, do you think that Max really went to the place where the wild things are? Did he go in his imagination? Don't know. Hope you enjoyed Where the Wild Things Are. If you've been in my class before, you might remember how we acted out this book, and I wish I could act it out for you, but it's just me. Maybe you can act it out on your own. Bye, friends.